There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk about podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end, the promise of them. The welcome and life without again.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make you I can't Sktv venue. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And you no money, and more I yo. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the TV, and I don't forget it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise from best. The world with my life without fear. From Grandfather, Nima to Lufa. From Riverside, River G to Chile. From Vancouver, Bombay, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu. From Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
In the Sktv, we are the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best in Africa. Sktv, we are the best around the world, folks. What a way to say the pleasant good evening. Good evening to all of you, our people, our supporters, our well-wishers, our sympathizers, and those of you also totally against what we do here. Also want to say thanks to all of you for always following this broadcast, for always making up your duty, to listen to us, even though you are totally against us or our activities. But at least God be God, you are there, you always follow us. We say even in the good time, in the bad time, we should always be grateful. So we are grateful. Even in the bad time, you carry our names into some of the corner or into some of your maybe your meetings. Yes, good to go. So again, people, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, based on your locations. Yes, for us here is 3 minutes past 6. That's a time check from what I said on broadcast on this fateful Tuesday evening, the 13th of January, the first month in the year 2026. Again, good evening. Let's share the show. The show will be interesting this evening. So many things to talk about. So many things are happening back home. I know we will only pass through with some of the international news, but at the end of the day, we have so many things happening back home. Yes, so many things to talk about, ranging from the our lawmakers. They're coming back. Coming back to work after their break. And also the NIMOT. I don't know how many of you that have been following the NIMOT. Every time they come up with their statistics, they come up with their bullet points and about some of the happening, some of the things that the government maybe talk about, the government, the promises that have been made by the government, and so how far the government has gone. you know, whether the government is really moving with speed, or the government is still dangling and whining, and yeah, you know. So the NIMOD, some of you, yes, NIMOD always giving up update every year as to where we as a society, especially when it comes to the issues about our society or our country. Yeah, so let's try to show people, help us share the show, and also, yes, we have so many news, so many news to talk about. Mark will be here with us this evening, but Ali will also join us, and if possible, Mr. Dole or Mr. Kane will also be here with us this evening. So help us share the show, people. Let me see what we do the sharing of the show, and we have the Nimut boss here, Eli, Eddie Jaulo, yes, indeed, Eddie Jaulo here already. So that may have him with his live conference or press conference on today.
What I would do, 55.5% will not be rated or have not started. So that's one. Second is that of the total number, also 76 intervention constituting 20.1%. Yes, have not started, and 35.4%. And I'll be better. I want to see them put on us and they get confused sometimes. So the way we do this, a report, they have 4 different ways of rating. One is completed. It means that you can be proofing, you can see everything that is completed. Second, it's ongoing. It means that the government is taking some action for what our particular promise but not being completed. The third one is not started. It means that we're proving that you are not started anything on this, so we can't wait. The fourth one is that we check all over and there's no information anywhere that you are taking any action on the premises. And those premises would be like the government has not released information, there's no data or anything. So if you look at everything broken down, it constituted 55.5% of not rated and not started. Then we also look at 165 interventions constituting 43.7% show some level of action. So it means that on the total 378, 165 intervention, the government taking some action. So they are ongoing. Then all of three intervention constituting 0.8% completed. So in 1 year, of the 378, only 3 premises actually completed constituting 0.8%. So if we look at the 0.8%, this is the 7th year of the government, meaning that the government has a lot of work to do. We have to be sure that this particular arrest agenda is fully implemented, or else it will just be like the other stuff. What we also did, we did the rating per pillar. So with 6 pillar, we want to see which pillar ahead of which pillar. So if you look at this, if you look at the report, it's a mix. So you realize that governance and anti-corruption constitute.
So indeed, there you have it. We will continue to play this video as we go along with our broadcast, but please help us share the show. Those of you 0.8%, according to the NIMOD boss of the arrest agenda completed. That means out of the maybe it's some of the projects or things that have been completed under the arrest agenda of the Unity Party. Only 0.8% according to the NIMOD. You know, yeah, these things, the only thing that our government have to do, or some of you out there, is for you to support most of the civil society organizations, most of the groups and so forth, at least so that you can get more and more updates of what they do and what they are into. So yes, the NIMOD Panel for Democratic Development, or NIMOD for short, those of you who say, out of 378 promises on the rescue government, only 3 of them was able to be completed according to the director, Elijah. We'll go back to that video, but we just want you to know exactly what we'll be talking about here this evening. And yes, help us share the show. Yeah, we want you to also help us share the show while we go along with our talking point here. We have so many things ongoing. The issue of the little boy, the 16 years old boy that was raped, Sundamas, and that of the other alleged rape incident that also happened with the deputy minister. Also, there are still a lot of things ongoing. People still having their own say on that. people having, especially the those some of our people that know the law, some of our people who read the laws, including the Senate, one of the senator, right? Yes, Abbott chair also have your own say on that as to how the police go about, releasing or going about with some of the cases, having their own, verdict or having their own thinking or so forth. So again, yes, let go people, help us share the show. Let's move on. Yes, so today is Tuesday, having to be the 13th of January. For matter of fact, those of you who just joining, we want to say the pleasant good evening. So all of these things stay ongoing. But let's move back to this video quickly as we do the sharing. Also, Mom will soon be here with us, and that of Brother Ali will join us very, very soon.
Activation means that this particular period get more work focus, more action taken than all the other periods. Followed by environmental sustainability, we constitute 46.7 activation. It means that the particular period, 56.7% action have been taken on the commitment made. Then it comes to infrastructure development, 55.3% activation. So that's the analysis that they do. But if we also look at this infrastructure development, we realize that a lot of work has been supported by international partners also. Then we come to the issue of digital governance, reform, donor support, climate initiative, all the different things. One of the periods that are not getting much support is the period on human capital development, which activation rate is about 36.7%. And that particular period look at health and education. So only the health and education period, very little happened in that area. Then again coming by again with the economic transformation. So these two periods are the least among the 6 periods. So let's see some of the things that the government are taking action on. The government made progress, including the establishment of World Economic Crime Code Office, bringing up the biometric registration process. Before the president put a hold, they have reached 710,000 citizens, constituting 14% of the entire country. But the government promised that before 2029, they will reach more than 5 million people enrolled into the biometric system. Now also realize that the government is doing a lot of what they call e-procurement system. So they started the e-procurement system that going on. And then based on legislative reform, looking at the issue of the tourism bill. So to do a summary of the 6 pillars, so I will give you the report. Economic transformation have 80 interventions. Of the 80 interventions, 2 completed, constituting 1.5% of that particular period. Ongoing is 26, constituting 32.5%. Not rated is 2, constituting 2.5%. Not rated is 50, constituting 62.5%. So when we look at the period, activation rate in total is 35%. Infrastructure development, they have 47 interventions, what we call promises, 0 completed. Ongoing, 26, constituting 55.3%. Not rated, 18, constituting 38.3%. Now started, now rated 3, constituting 6.5. So we look at this particular period, it's 55.3% activation. The whole activations that mean that they are focused a little bit in that area, right? They are looking. Rule of law, 35 intervention, which we call promises. 1 completed, constituting 2.9%. Ongoing, 16, 45.7%. Now started, 7, 20%. Now rated 11, 34, 31.4%. Total activation is 48.6%. Kind of governance and anti-corruption have 58 intervention, 0 completed, 33 ongoing, constituting for 56.9%. Now started 12 is 20.7%. Now rated 13 is 22.4%. Activation rate is 56.9%. So this particular period they have activation rate. They mean that there are more work happening on any particular sector. Environmental sustainability, 30 intervention, 0 completed. 7 ongoing, constituting 56.7%. Then you come to now started, 5, 16.7%. Now rated 8, 26.7%. Total activation rate is 56.7%. So these are the two key payloads that are more action taking the world. Then come to human capital development, is higher, it's the 128 intervention, non-completed, ongoing 47, constituting 36.7%. Now started 32, 25%. Now rated, meaning there's no information about what happened in the area, 49%. 49, constituting 38.2%. The total activation rate is 36.7%. Then we count the human capital. The human capital development. Okay. So total is total intervention 378, completed 3, 0.8, ongoing 135 is 43.7%. Now started 76, 20.1%. Now rated 134, constituting 35.4%. The total overall stuff is around 44.5%. So this is the report. We'll give you copies. Well, detailed. It's almost like around 60 pages. So the president will get to a summary. If you go through the report, you realize that even the financial support of the report, you see that some people get less intervention, but they're getting more money. Some people getting more money with less intervention. It's well detailed and you like it.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Eddie Jagolo. Thank you so much for a job well done. And also the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Jeremiah Pankum, also has acknowledging that indeed job creation is one of the serious situations or embarrassment to this government that they are not able to create jobs. So today we'll be asking you, Liberians, as to whether do we need another rescue, or this is the only, or maybe this is the rescue that we've been waiting for. Because if the Vice President also saying, because it's on front page Africa and go there, you see this is nearly 2 years into the United Party-led administration of President Joseph Yimabwaka. Vice President Jeremiah Kun has acknowledged that job creation remains one of the government's most pressing challenges, or what you may call. Monk is already here, no time to waste. And let me get Monk on the train for today. Monk, the train is interesting. My brother, good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. All right, so Monk is still setting up. So yeah, we'll get Monk ready. So folks, yeah, indeed, there you have it. So we'll be asking you today, where are you? Are we steady to rescue, or we need to be rescued? Which one? Which one? It is indeed interesting, but whether more come up, then we'll move, we'll go more into our discussion here this evening. Mark, my brother, good evening. Well, I don't know what I'm more getting it, but folks, out of 378, only 3 was able, in fact, 3 out of 378 promises on the rescue government, only 3 completed, according to Eddie Jaglo of Nimwood. So again, Mark, I don't know what you said and ready, my dear brother.
Maybe okay.
A little bit. I'm getting you, but you're coming like.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I'm setting on the other screen. I'm using 2 screens here. So. You hear me?
Okay, I'm getting you. Yes, I'm getting you now. At least you are much better. My brother, good evening.
What's going on, bro?
Well,
I popped on you guys today. I wasn't supposed to be here. I was supposed to be here for the entire week, but I got a little gap today. I think I did my thing I was supposed to do before 11 o'clock, so I had to show up.
Wonderful.
Thank God. Can be addictive for me. And then you probably not to be on, but then by the time you make up your mind, you want to be on. So, but yeah, I'm here. Good to be here another day. Today is the 13th of January. We stay into the new year. We stay transitioning anyway. By February to March, that's when the years can really sit down and ready to start counting. But January is still the beginning. That's when people are making all the gyms are packed. People go, they make all the how they can call it, or all the promises and all the how they call it, the resolution for the new year.
Yes, the resolution and so forth. Yes.
And I hate going to the gym when it's overcrowded. I love because when you go to a gym and you got fewer people, it means you have more option to use all the machines. But when you go to the gym where it's overcrowded, to me, it becomes a distraction and you don't have that leverage. So all the people that went to New Year Day celebration that promised to be fit, how they will cut down on the spending habit, like no, You don't make resolution. You just build a system. A system will keep you going because in a system you don't need a motivation because the system every day will tell you exactly what to do. So even if you don't feel like doing it, that's where that discipline comes in. It's not about the list you will make at the beginning of the year or the resolution you will make at the end of the day. You need a structure in the system. The time you wake up, how many hours you spend in the gym, the ability to go every day, no matter what the weather condition is, that's what will keep you going. It's not about the resolution. So most people end up breaking their own resolution just before February. They made up out of February, everything going out the window. So some of us might as well stay home and focus on other things.
My brother, you're right. You're right, 100%. Even some people, even in this month, why even want to go away to August, February? Some people are ready. Some people are ready.
Before the end of the month, it's done. Yeah, that euphoria is already gone. That motivation, whatsoever. You don't live life on motivation because you won't be motivated every day. You live life on discipline and structure. If you get to 2 teams, then you will go the longest. That's how it is. But anyway, nice to be here. I guess saw the video. For me, I don't need no introduction to Nemo. I knew that this rescue government, they are a waste of time. I keep telling you guys on the show, from the moment I gave you the first 100 days, I say, you know what? There will be nothing but creating the illusion that you are working and flooding the zone. Flooding the zone is a psychological strategy, right? Most especially you can see it in government, in the media. When you are not performing, you got to create this kind of a picture to give people an impression, because politicians believe that politics is not about reality, it's all about perception. What the people believe is what happening is what they will believe happening. So in some instances, you want to create this narrative that I'm working overtime, I got so many things going on. And once people buy into the idea that you are working, even if you cannot show results for the work you are doing, somehow they will believe that you are doing a much tougher job. So we call it flooding the zone. Flooding the zone means you are doing so many things at once that people cannot even keep track of the one that you're making progress in. That's what Joseph Boakai government is doing, 0.8%. But guess what? One day he dedicated how do you call it, a cafeteria in Lofa County, Lofa Community College. Another day they bring in yellow machine. They are just all over the place, because when you come to government with our clear vision and the strategy, these are some of the tactics that you end up resorting to. I told you, when you see any government, the first 100 days will give you. That's why the 100 day is now a law. The 100 day is just a tradition that people follow over time. You know how the whole process starts? A president come up with a vision before he even run for president. Right? That's why he goes on the campaign trail and share his vision. I tell people on the show, when you go to a ballot box to cast a ballot, you are not casting a ballot for an individual or a president. What you are doing, you are voting for the future of a country. The candidate is only the one selling that idea. He's just a placeholder. So when you go and cast a ballot, you're not voting for an individual. You are betting on the future of your country. And anyone, meaning the participant or the people who you call the candidates, they will be giving you different idea of that vision. And the one that will be in alignment with your goal for your country is how you cast your ballot. But more people don't get it. They think when you go to ballot box, you're voting for Joseph Boakai, I'm voting for Joe. Like, you got it twisted. You don't understand democracy. They are just individual. They will come and go. The question is your vision for your country in alignment with what they are selling to you? If you cannot match the two, then every time you keep getting it wrong during an election, because you don't vote for individual during election, you vote for a vision. Like I said, you are casting a ballot for the future of your country. So that's why it is. So I don't need Nemo telling me that he only accomplished less, because 0.8% is less than 1%. Can you imagine? We are going halfway into the presidency of this man with 40 years so-called wisdom and government experience, and he just less than 1% of 100%. So if I was to give you even 1,000 years, he won't accomplish anything. That's why I keep telling you on this show, and to the Liberian people at large, when you keep voting for people with our idea that stand no chance of giving you success, it does not matter how many election cycles you run through. You will keep getting the same result, because they are not capable of executing that job. So whether you flip their position, whether you do it 5 years from now, 6 years from now, 10 years from now, you can get in 20 years, you will still arrive at the same result. And Joseph Boakai now, he gets a testament now to what we can say on Sktv for the longest. Going to halfway in the presidency, we are less than 1% in terms of accomplishment. So let me tell
yes, Mark, you are quite correct, and thank God that at least these things that we've been saying for all of the time, over 2 years we've been talking here, even from the day that the president was inaugurated, we've been talking, and we stay talking, and we remain, tough talking. We're not buying down to anybody, because we know what we're saying here, and we know exactly what's going to happen next. Because Mom, even to even add up to that quickly, my brother, because I'll come back to that and I'll ask you a question. Even the VP also admitting that they have failed on job creation. Now, guess what, Mark? I'm reading one of their strong supporter comment also on the post of Front Page Africa. He said, His Excellency VP Jeremiah Kung is right. However, those arrogant, that means he's talking about some of those supporters who claim maybe they don't want to, those individuals still refuse to acknowledge the reality, which is crucial. I told some of my friends, if you want to build all of the roads, increase power supplies, and lower the prices of essential commodities like rice and petroleum, but if there are no jobs available for citizens, we, the Unity Party, will be voted out in 2029. One of the strong supporters of Unity Party just commented on this post that was made by Front Page Africa. So, Mark, everything we've been saying here, especially you, that you always say that you can do any other thing that you want to do. The issue of bread and butter for the people is something that you don't easily take for joke. So that go back to Nemo creating the government. 0.8%. A president with 42 years experience, a man with wisdom that, in fact, people, I don't know how to even describe, sometimes the way the media can make some of the footballer or some of the players or some of the coaches, the way they can do them, sell them out there when you see them, but when you hear about them, you'll be thinking that, yes, I think this player is best in the world. But sometimes when you put them on the field, a different thing. But this president, all of the propagandists, all of the campaign people, all of the people that supported this government by them, they said this president was the best among all of the candidates to score 0.8%. They just talk about less than 1% more. So let's go back more. Is it people are fooling this president, or the president don't know what to do?
He's not in the position to. One time I've made a post. I say, a tired body cannot carry a great vision. A tired mind, a body cannot carry a great vision. Human being, we are 3 in 1. We got mental, we got physical, we got spiritual. We are 3. We are multi-dimensional being. You can have great ideas. The idea must be executed to get results. That's why they call the president the chief executive. The word execute means to get things done, to get your hands dirty. So the president is almost like the same of a governor of a state. It's not about the politics. It's not about how much you can go on the campaign trail to bamboozle people. When they give you that job, when you hit the ground running from day one, it takes a particular set of skills to execute. Maybe it's almost like you read a book, like a doctor telling you that he gave you a book to go and read about losing weight. If you cannot wake up every day to change your diet, to go to the gym, to do some intermittent fasting, you will never lose weight, no matter how many information you gather from the book, because all you are doing is getting information, but can you execute after getting the information? The same thing with government. A fool or an idiot can sit in a basement, he can write a policy proposal, he can make a laundry list of things, but the question is, it takes a genius to execute. That's the difference. The people who are able to execute and give you results, they have developed a specific set of skills. That's why when they become president in less than a year or two, you can already get an idea as to what they are trying to accomplish, because knowing something is different from doing something. You got experience, but you're experiencing what? Matter of fact, I said all over the world is one major issue that drives politics. Pocketbook issue, economic. When Bill Clinton won election, I was just reading one documentary. They say James Carville, one of Bill Clinton campaign strategy, the guy who put Bill Clinton in the house for 2 consecutive terms. They call him James Carville. James Carville's question was, is the economy stupid? James Carville said, you can talk about foreign policy, you can talk about all you want, health care, social security. At the end of the day, if you cannot address the pocketbook issue, you will not be able to succeed in politics. We're talking about job creation. We are talking about investment. We are talking about social mobility, infrastructure, roads. These are things that help to facilitate the growth of an economy. When the economy is doing better, you don't have to campaign. You can sit in your living room and win an election. We saw it in Ivory Coast. We saw it in Rwanda. That's why Paul Kagame said, I don't campaign. I just do the work. The work will speak for my presidency. They don't go around trying to create this illusion that I'm working overtime. No, it means if you try to prove it, it means it's not working. The people who are doing it don't need to announce it. The citizen will feel it in their lives. They will go to the gas station to know how much how much a gallon of gas costs. They will go to the grocery store and notice that there is a change in the grocery price. They will look at their pocketbook issue. And at the end of the day, Mr. President, nobody need to come and blow a trumpet. The people themselves, the market women, the young boy, the wheelbarrow putter, they will say, yes, we got somebody, we got an adult in the room that is running the show and we can feel it. So everything you're doing, for me, I will tell you guys, from the beginning of this administration, I said, President Barker is not going for a second term. I can guarantee you that. So for him, there is nothing to lose in this fight. The people who want to come after him will be the one that will worry about his performances, because I don't think that the energy in that time, looking at some health challenges, even if you take out the health challenges at that age, you cannot be performing at optimal level. So I don't think the pressure is on him to deliver, because he's not anticipating second term. But for the Unity Party folks who believe that they are entitled to the presidency, I will tell them, I told them before, that's why I can never support. I gave you guys two conditions, Labro, on circumstances. Looking at the economic challenges in Labro, I can never support Joseph Parker or Joshua under no circumstances. Because I told you from day one, no matter how many times you keep them in power, they will not give you the result. Because they are not built to give you the result that you want in Liberia. So whether it's 2017, 2023, 2029, 2035, you will keep getting the same result, because when you want solution from a dentist, you don't go hire a carpenter. Like, just common sense. We are talking about chief executive, someone with a clear plan of vision and idea how to build your country. And one of the toughest things to do is to create jobs for people. So if you're not built for that job, why should I even think about voting you to be president for my country? That's nonsense. It makes no sense. And you are vindicated once again. We are going to year number 3. Less than 1% for a man with 40 plus years experience. I'm talking about 25 or 30%, because the thing that says here, we are into year 2, right? Going to year 3. And we're talking about less than 1%. So it means at this rate, he will accomplish 3% out of 100. So think about giving a child a test that you expect him to score 100%. And after 6 years, he scored 3%. Let me tell you.
Yes, you are quite correct. But Ali started in saying Father in been beyond the scene for a little time. Yes, indeed, we were doing some work also. So we're not paying that attention. But my brother, good evening, Brother Ali. And what say you with the latest grading? 0.8%. But first of all, good evening and welcome.
Yes, or good afternoon from my end, Webon. Good afternoon, Mong, to our listening audience and follower. Glad to be here this afternoon, the 13th. Yes, or you see, the problem, like Mong was saying, this whole thing is, if you are a leader, you should have a vision. When you come into power, you should come with a vision set. You should come with policies. So the moment when you come, you will be able to see how you can implement those policies based on your vision you have to move the country forward. And this is how a leader behaves. And when President Barker was campaigning, the only thing you could hear people talking was, oh, we will rescue this country. We will rescue this country. The arrest agenda. You didn't hear them with any clear vision or any clear policy that they were bringing to power. When he said the moment I become president, I will hit the ground running, he didn't outline any policy that he was coming to implement or to put in place to hit the ground running. And I will always say this, and this is why today you see those guys won election and they are still angry. I don't know where that can happen for you to win election instead of being happy, but you won election and you are still angry all over the place. Who do you people attacking? Like they report for Nambo now. Just wait, Jeremy Pia coming. You will get some slight talk or insult that they will bring upon them. You will see some of their officials right now. You go on Class Reloaded to net, you will see they will criticize, they will say don't listen to them, and they always bring their own trumpet. And one thing I would say, George, we are with all his popularity, with everything that he did, the Unity Party people, you people champion that Liberians need a job. That's the most important thing. People need a job in the country. You need to get the people job. And in every country, job creation is one of the things. Because when we're talking about poverty reduction strategy, like here, there are so many things they can do. But over there today, how many people are working? According to the report, 2 years, 9% of jobs were created. And this is something that you brag about. Your supporters, oh, President Bwaka been in government, he get 42 years experience, he's well known in the world, he get all the contact, the international support. When he become president, we will see, we will see companies coming into the country, or we will see NGOs coming back into the country. I don't know where you have seen that in the world, that as soon as a president is elected, you see NGO and everyone coming to the country as if to say we are from war. This thing happened at that time because we just came from war. When Banasedi then took over, you saw NGO coming. And we were with those NGO and they carry on lots of works across the country. So you can even say do everything you want to do. If you fail to create job for the people, you are going. And all the time President Baka will be speaking, we need to create job for the people. If we don't do it, they will come to our houses, they will come to our offices. You always talk about job creation. According to you, you told your father minister every budget year, money should be placed in the budget for job creation. 2025, 2024, rather, you signed the budget. There was a cent to create job. 2025 is sitting. Your 2026 $1.2 billion budget, or dime is not there to create job. And this is why you promised the Liberian people job creation. Where are the jobs today? And if you can see the vice president himself coming out to say this, then I don't know. So we've been talking it, and you say, oh, you can just criticize the government is doing this, the government is doing that. We are with all his popularity because Liberian people said he couldn't solve the bread and butter issue by creating jobs for the people out there, they voted him out. Why much bad about you, President Bwaka? So this is just another thing we just feel for our people in the country. I will always say this, because in as much as our people back home, they are not working, there is no job in the country, nothing, it also rests on us here. Because when your brother, your sister, your friend, they can't get nothing doing, they just over there, just know that your phone will be ringing, America, any part of the world, and we have to reach out to them. No matter what, we just have to do it because we can't allow to sit and see them suffering with their own children and things. And we see this thing because when they are working, ourselves will be relaxed here, and then we have our own responsibility to take care of. So job creation is one of the most important things that the government brag about, that when they come to power, they were going to create jobs. And that should be their focus. But today, they are not even focusing on that. Like they don't say when they came to power, the first thing they were targeting on was a harmless seat to remove a speaker. That one took almost 8 to 9 months. The government, they didn't do anything that first year. The second year again, the same thing. Nothing has been done on the land of creating jobs for the people. Where are the jobs? Today, you say you will undo salary harmonization starting with your big people. If one were making 10,000, carry to 15,000. If neighbor were making 15, carry to 20,000. Someone who were making 150, they should still be there and wait for 2028 or 2029 when you finish with all the people. And today, that is it. That's the report out there. Yesterday, when Nimbo gave report, you will run with it, you will say yes. But now, when Nimbo bring report, you will criticize it, you will condemn it, you tell the people not to listen. Your president told you the issue about job creation is something that have to take 2 years. 2 years already gone. So we get 2026,
Yes.
we get
So let me
2026.
go back to you and more.
Then job creation will come in the country. Yes, that's what he said.
Yes, we'll come back to job creation, because Front Page Africa is carrying that the vice president admitted that the lead of job creation is one of their weakness. In fact, it's something that they are gradually filling in. But I want to go back to today's remote, because mind you, there are so many projects that quote unquote sometimes some of the international partners they support the projects, but with what's going on right now around the world, more with even the issue of Iran, where there are a lot of protests and even the oil price is now going up more. What are you sensing? Because we still folding our hands and acting that nothing happening. We can do any other thing. We can survive without anything. But what are you sensing, Mark?
Well, the reason job is important, job is the one that keep the entire society together. For the government to even function, they need job, because all the government does is it collect taxes in the form of revenue and reinvest that money back into the economy. for the economy to grow. You build schools, you build hospitals. Why do you think government want to build hospitals? In America or anywhere in the world, the government build hospitals so that when you're sick, you can get well and go back to work and pay taxes. Government don't build hospitals because they want to be doctors. No, the government believe that in order to collect maximum taxes, people should operate at optimal level. You got to be well. Sick men cannot work. Matter of fact, if you're sick, you are even a liability to the government. They got to take care of you. So who paying the money that the government will say, take care of you with people that are working? So anytime government make an investment, it's only for the purpose of collecting more revenue. The reason in America, government gave you student loan because they know the more educated you are, the more income you make. And the more income you make, the higher taxes you pay. That's why they got a tax bracket. They got income bracket in America. So they came out with something called the GI Bill, where even the lowest people in society got to be elevated to a certain level in terms of their consciousness of society, in terms of education, to be able to help the country. Because when you got more illiterate, they become a burden to the state. And that's what the government don't want. The government want to collect more money and reinvest that money. So job creation is everything. You can't even maintain your family without a job. Even when you go to family meeting, you get money that people don't respect you. Everything comes down to job. A job that will make you to be a man. Without job, you are not even a man. Even though you get something between your legs and you got other features that make you a man, but in the absence of job, you are nobody. The family will not hold. When the family cannot hold, then it means what? The community cannot hold, the state cannot hold, and the country cannot hold. But guess what? When we say these things before election, we got candidates that were on the campaign trail making the case. They will give you the idea, the platform, how they will do it, step by step. No, you don't pay attention to that. You want for people who are not qualified to be given the job, and then you are hoping that they will perform. No, that's wishful thinking. That's what we call blind optimism. Remember, you are not a carpenter. If I was to bring plywood and give it, you will not make me a bed. No matter how long you stay on the project, you were not built to perform the duty of a carpenter. The same thing to an election. You know the thing about the presidency, maybe it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. But I tell people, I say, nobody ever been president before. In some instances, people became president and they came back. But it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So there is no resume someone to say, oh, there is 100% certainty that Ali will become a better president. But there are jobs in Ali's life that he must perform that will qualify him to become president. I look at his past. I look at in private sector that he worked, whether he created businesses before. There are things that Ali have done in his life that will qualify him to make me to place a bet that he could become a better president. I don't just go take one random person and make him president with the expectation that when he gets the job, he will perform better. That's a lie. It will never happen. And we keep saying it over and over. The Liberian people are not ready for progress. For me, I know any country, anywhere in the world, when people are ready to make real progress, they will pick leaders that will foster or that will push forward that agenda or the dream they have for that country. Until then, we keep saying this thing over and over because miracle cannot happen like that. In order to eat a fruit, you got to plant seeds. Are you in a higher work? Sure. They what they call cause and effect. You cannot take some random person, you create this fake narrative in your mind that because the person older in age, that because they've been working government, so they guarantee to become a better leader. But every step of the way, you are seeing the mistake that was being committed. Whether it comes to his decision making, he doesn't speak on national issue. His former boss didn't skip him. You saw what he did with the CPP, the leadership. There are skills and attributes that make you a leader. You don't need a title. The title is just a confirmation, but your behavior, your history, what you have done in the past, people say, yeah, this guy could make a great leader. But you want me to believe that just because he's sitting in the executive mansion, somehow things are going to change for Labrador. That wishful thinking. Like I said, you can get him 18 years because he almost 3 years and only got 0.8%. So, like I said, if we continue on the same pace, by the time his presidency comes to an end, he will score 3 out of 100. So you can keep wasting your time in Labrador and keep voting with your heart instead of your brain. It's up to you. I'm not going
to. Ali, what say you with the international, maybe some of the projects that have been supported by the international partners and Nimrod also mentioned there?
Oh, for us, maybe Ali coming when Ali done, I will come in where I missed that international partner part and I will just follow up. But let Ali go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
For me, I didn't even follow that Nimrod something today. Well, so I think you can talk on it that much because I just came to the end of it when you are coming in. Can you hear me?
Well, yes, we get you.
I didn't read that whole Nimbo breakdown yet today.
Oh, I think it's just a little. Okay, let me just play the video for maybe for a few minutes for you so that you can maybe get what we say. I don't want to read for you quickly, but let me play the video.
Of the 378 intervention, 55.5% of the intervention either not active or lack adequate information to verify or to raise any concern on the implementation. So it means that what I would say, 55.5% will not be rated or have not started. So that's one. Second is that of the total number also 76 intervention constituting 20.1%. Yes, have not started and 35.4% and not be rated. I want to explain it but put it on us and they get confused sometimes. So the way we do this report, they have 4 different ways of rating it. One is completed. It means that it can be proven, you can see everything that's completed. Second, it's ongoing, it means that the government is taking some action to what our particular promise but not being completed. The third one is not started, it means that we're proving that you're not started anything on this, so we can't rate it. The fourth one is that we check all over and there's no information anywhere that you are taking any action on those promises. And those promises would be like the government has not released information, there's no data or anything. So if you look at everything broken down, it constituted 55.5% of not rated and not started. Then we also look at 165 interventions constituting 43.7% show some level of action. So it means that on the total 378, 165 interventions, the government has taken some action on. So they are ongoing. Then overall, three interventions constituting 0.8% completed. So in 1 year, of the 378, only 3 premises actually completed constituting 0.8%. So if we look at the 0.8%, this is 7 years of the government, meaning that the government has a lot of work to do. You have to be sure that this particular arrest agenda is fully implemented.
Well, so that's it, Aliu. I think you got something from that, right?
This whole arrest agenda, for me, I don't know if this government had even started their own arrest agenda that they came with, because even they start with their arrest. I think it start with agriculture today. As the agriculture budget, what have they done in terms of agriculture? If you look, the agriculture budget are even said been underfunded. And when you thought they say, oh yes, the agriculture ministry always having more donor support, so the government don't need to put more money into agriculture. Why, if you don't have donor support, how are you going to carry on your agriculture in the country? So the government will continue depending on people dependency syndrome all the time. So without international support, meaning that our government in Liberia cannot function. Everything we had to rely on donor support. We had to be rely on aid for people to come to our rescue. And I don't really know if this is how our country move forward, because you have resources. I think you should be able to use your resources wisely, where in other people, the way in which you will be using your resources to carry on infrastructure development, to carry on your agriculture, your government policy and things. That's why people will see your seriousness and they come to say, okay, yes. But Liberia, time to time, everything we do is we rely on donors. And if we continue that, we get a long way to go. So if we will get all the natural resources, but we cannot turn it into wealth, or we cannot use it wisely to impact the lives of our people, but only after ourselves, then that is it. Because international partners, we saw what happened. Sweden, one of our largest donor in the country, I think they're already going down. So what will happen? Because Sweden and America, these are the 2 largest donors that we have. Those people, they put in more money into our country, agriculture sector, the health sector, and all of these sectors. So today that they are leaving, so what going to become of our health sector? So this is something that I don't know, because for me, I have not yet seen anything to show that the arrest agenda have already started under this government. They still putting committees together to see how they can start their arrest agenda. So and that is why they continue doing the previous administration project. Government is continuity, which I will commend them of. So maybe the whole arrest agenda will start maybe 2028 or election year. That's what I see. But they are not yet touched their own arrest agenda yet, send the king to power.
Well, Mark, yeah, Mark, you wanted to chip in with that entire international support and so forth because the war right now is seriously busy with a lot of things. Yes, indeed, the war is busy, and the latest is Iran with the protest. And mind you, too, though, that Iran to also have one of the oil. In fact, they supply the world with oil, and with all of this thing happening, we don't want to lie to our people to say things will be fine few years from now or the other year from now. But Mom, this is embarrassing, though, and I don't know whether we are preparing for the future.
You know, the thing about the donors is it's just a cultural thing that we are heavily dependent on donor aid, which I believe is one of the reasons that we cannot make progress. Because when you look at donor aid, the whole idea about donor contribution should be like an extra. You got to have your own internal policy and your own vision as a president. So when a donor come in and give you 2 million, 3 million, it's just like an extra boost in the arm, you know, like you're taking your shot. That high. It's not something you can depend on, because if you are depending on donors, then why run a country? Because the donors are not there. They are getting to give a helping hand based on the challenges the country is faced with, whether it's about healthcare, whether it's about the economy, whether it's about your, how they call it, monetary policy. So anything coming from donors, because it's not guaranteed. And the one thing that should make our African leaders should digress from the whole donor mentality is the war keeps changing. Remember, the great United States sits on $37 trillion in debt. Can you imagine? Why you think the American government and Trump want to reduce our footprint around the world?
Yes,
because
exactly.
It's not sustainable. Every great empire that ever existed in history crumbled because of debt that they couldn't pay. They accumulated a lot of debt. Look at Sweden. Sweden, they got to go and go around the world and reassess the aid they give the country, because they are much closer to Russia too. They are at risk. Now, because of America's budgetary support to NATO, the other countries have to increase. It used to be 1%, then not go to 5%. If you are going to upgrade from 1 to 5% of your military budget to your defense of NATO, then it means they have to find places to cut. Look, government cannot manufacture money out of thin air. Everything comes from taxes. People pay taxes, government make investment. So when you got challenges, now we come to AI. More factory works have been taken, other services jobs have been taken. It means you have more people chasing fewer jobs because of automation. All these things, they are some of the instances that can alter the way how people do operation globally. So you are not counting on America to succeed as a president. You're not counting on Sweden. You are counting on your own vision, your own domestic policy, how you will utilize the state resources to be able to make investment in the people's lives. If you don't have a clear vision, my brother, you are not going anywhere. And like Nemo, they are not playing politics here. They have their methodology. Look what you promise, the execution and the outcome, the intervention. Matter of fact, we got 4. The one that you are improving on, the one that are ongoing, the one that you have not started, and the one that we cannot even get information on. So technically what you say, the government will lie about projects that they have no idea or even intent of even executing. That's deception. So Nemo is the one keeping score. They are keeping track. They got their shit. They got their method that they can use to grade this government. It's not political. These are the core hard truth. And I told you guys, my brother, let me tell you something I posted yesterday, and it was a brother I posted. I say, I think if you read about the casino, I don't know, I think I pulled your box.
Yes.
I say casino, the job of the casino is not to predict future outcome. The job of a casino is to understand probability. Maybe in life, every action you take, there will be some winners and losers. But when you have a clear strategy at the end of the day, when you put all your actions together, you will still come up on top. That's why I tell people, when you go to the casino, when you sit behind the slot machine, the casino is not the one gambling. You are the one gambling. You know why the casino is not gambling? The casino knows that every single machine in that casino is programmed in a way that it gives them an advantage. So it doesn't matter how many times you sit behind the slot machine or the Russian roulette table, the casino know that at the end of the day, they will always be in profit because the games are programmed in a way that give them an edge over you. The same thing. If you don't have a clear vision, what make you think 6 years from now, I will believe that you will be a successful president? No, because I know your vision, your idea, your policy, your ability to execute. when I put all together, you will not be able to get the result. So why should I wait for 6 years? I know you will be a failure. And guess what? It's not magic. Like what Nemo is doing. I got a scoreboard. It's almost like Real Madrid playing Barcelona. They say Barcelona need one goal in the next 5 minutes. Then you go to Ali and put in baggage. They think that Ali will score against Real Madrid. You want me to wait for 90 minutes? I already know Ali not going to score. So I don't need to wait for 90 minutes for the game to end before I can believe that Ali will score or not, because you just set yourself up for failure. Look, I have nothing personal against the government unity party.
So back to that. Are we playing games with the people? Because mind you, all of these things that you are saying, the politicians, they will come back and do it in some kind of way and make it look like that they are working, and the people who are also the direct beneficiary who are struggling, they'll be hearing them for some of these things. Oh yes, our leaders, they are working. Why you want to make why you make things look like our leaders, they are not working? So Monk, I'm asking, with these politicians, do it maybe have another way to say these things that we are saying today, that don't mind these people, they just want to criticize, but we will make sure that in fact that we do all of our best. And also in passing to what I just said, Monk, also what happened if nothing maybe achieved for the next 6 years? That means the livelihood of the people will remain, or maybe will remain in poverty?
Well, if nothing is achieved for the next 6 years, it means the president that will come in after him will be having even a bigger tax to perform. Because like I said, it's easier to destroy, but it's hard to rebuild. Every time a government that comes to power and messing up in 6 years, just know that it will take 12 years to correct the mistake of the past 6 years. Because, they got a proverb. They say if you are on a bus and you are going to a destination and you miss your route, you should get down to the nearest bus stop, because the further you stay on the bus, the longer your return ticket will cost. I mean, the more expensive your return ticket will be. It's simply telling you, if you put a president in power that cannot give you result, that will damage the country, no economic growth, no social mobility, no infrastructure growth, it means the guy who is coming to take after him, he will have to work 2 times harder than the guy that was there before in terms of the time, because he have to cover up for those lost year, and the pressure will be on him to deliver. So I don't think the politicians are the one playing games. The librarian people are the one that are playing games on themselves, because they know that these guys won't be able to deliver. But yes, they are not comfortable in focusing on people that will increase the chances of moving our country forward. That's what the problem is. So it's not about what they know or who is playing game. No, the voters themselves play game on themselves, because the signs are there. They just refuse to ignore the warning sign and hoping. They are hope. Hope is not a strategy in life. Maybe I never ran a corporation before, and you tell me maybe to see over 1,500 company. How can you be hoping I will succeed when you know I haven't developed that skill in life to operate and to run a 1,500 company? Which means I guess craziness. It's blind optimism, because I wasn't groomed for that job. So whether I will stay there as CEO over 10 years old, for 5 years old, at the end of the day, the result is a guaranteed failure, because I was never built for that job. That's why you keep happening like bro. So when I look at the Baga policy, they say that arrest. One time I put that Joseph Baga will be the only president in history that got arrested by his own agenda. I think I remember that post. I put them on wall. So Joseph Baga arrest is not about the idea. It's about him being arrested by his own agenda, because what? The agenda is not even clear. I think Sktv will get this president more update in terms of the challenges and things that they can focus on from the beginning of the administration. But you're telling me, let me give you 2 examples. You look at a man who telling you that he want to execute farm to market rule, and there is no comprehensive agriculture strategy. So which rule are you building into which farm? That's what Nemo is talking about right there, that one thing. Maybe you got challenges. If you want to grow an economy, one thing you must do is infrastructure, which is road. The reason road is very crucial, road connect you to all part of the country. When you build roads, goods and services move from one place to another. The economy thrives. So when you talk about road is like the blood vessel of a machine. That one can transfer, what they call transport. That's why you see, anytime you see gas price goes up, the entire economy, everything prices increase, because gasoline is what fuels the economy. And how do you get goods and services from one place to another? By roads. That's why a country that you see building more roads, it means that economy is expanding. In the case of the president, I cannot tell you his long-term and short-term strategy, but I can tell you for sure, at the end of the 6 years, it will be a waste. I predicted that before election, so I don't need to wait for 6 years. The people who waiting for 6 years for some miracle is up to you. But like I said, I called it before the election, and we have been vindicated. When you can score 8% in your first 2 years, then it means by the time the 6 year count, 0.8, you will be maybe at 2.8%, less than 3% by 2029. That's all I can say, my brother.
Well, thank you. Yes, but I did 1 minute quickly, then go for the news break, or maybe I'll leave you people on for the time.
The problem for me, we when we say this thing, they say, "Oh, you by opposition, you hate the government, this and that." Like I said, I want President Baka to succeed. When he succeed, everyone will also succeed. But it just unfortunate. I will always say this: President Baka could have been one of the best presidents ever in the history of Liberia, because people brag that he served in government for 42 years. He had the experience, and according to him, he been around for a very long period of time. He know what the country is faced with. 2 years, what the country is faced with, you are not yet even said done 1% of this thing. And now, what are you going to do in those other remaining years? If you can increase the national budget without making any impact in the lives of the people, then I don't really know. Well, I wish the government all the best. We look forward to see how 2026 is going to be again. Yes, maybe they will change things around, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah.
You don't want to get to the part of desperation, because the thing about desperation is it means you're not thinking anymore, right? So if they got this notion that, okay, yeah, the first 2 or 3 years we didn't accomplish that much, and you just come from all over the place in the last 3 years trying to make a point, then it means you finish losing the agenda, because now you are reacting now. You are not responding, you are reacting, because you want to score points. It's almost like you're forcing the result of an outcome, right? You never did the right thing to get the right result, and when you notice that you are failing, you want to do something beyond all reasonable doubt or proof, and at that way you're going to end up losing the entire agenda, because I believe there is no agenda anyway. The first 100 days were more than enough to predict how the administration was going to end. Like we said on this show, we've said it so many times. There are so many challenges that Liberia is faced with. President Barker, we are 178 years. You are not capable of even correcting 40 or 50% of all the fundamental challenges facing Liberia. But there are a few things you can focus on that will give the Liberian people a result that when you leave power, people can say, yeah, President Barker set a legacy. In presidency, it's not about how many projects you can undertake. It's all about the number of projects that will have the most impact on people's life. Aliu, if Joseph Barker was just saying, I will focus on agriculture and roads throughout the year, that's my focus. I mean, the government can engage in other activity, but those two will be the primary focus. Why do you think will happen after 6 years? If you just focus on only agriculture and road.
Yes. You see, I don't know why government, when they can't, they want hold it, so they hold
Yeah.
it, so they hold it. Hold something.
Yeah. Even
When
with
you leave,
agriculture and road.
they will say yes.
Let's just say I will focus all my attention on recuperating stolen state resources and putting rural law in order, or maybe adding healthcare. That's something that is doable, is attainable. He will pass that with flying colors. But you want to be doing 1 year, how many things can you do? The energy is not even there. The mind is not even there. So what makes you think you can undertake more? If the people cannot feel the impact of those policies, it means they won't give you credit for every damn thing you are doing. It's just simple. People give credit to things that they can see results from. People don't buy into how many activities you engage in. They are looking at the outcome or the result from the activities you are engaging. That's how they give you credit. So when you hear another country saying, oh, whether it was Jomo Kenyatta or Mandela, they are hero, they are national icon, because they accomplished something that people could see the impact. They focus on few things. Great people in the world are not recognized for doing so many things. They are noted for doing 1 or 2 things greatly. That's how leadership is. You don't come here all over the place. 1 minute you're giving another contract to Sierra Leone company, another day you're doing cafeteria in the same mistake George have made. We said it. You build 1 Emory hospital in Bapolo, no doctors there. You don't have enough drugs. Within the space of 3 to 4 years, look at the more than on the wall, what do people are cleaning us on the field? I say, what? You telling me the hospital will spend almost $30 million on? Is that the end result? The 14 military hospital, yeah, because when you don't have a system and the structure, every activity you engage in is more than likely to fail because you don't have a long-term structure to maintain it. But let's assume if the president will say, you know what, I'm focusing just on education and healthcare. My brother, within the space of 6 years, people will say, yeah, it was because of President we are that Labrador able to elevate educational wise, our community, our technical colleges and university and teacher salary. This thing, when the president left, this is why the legacy will be. President go for legacy. They want that when they leave from office, people can say, yes, this 6 years, this is why we are coming. Then the next man will come and pick up the slack. That the whole idea of a government that continuity. Joseph Parker, you can face all Labradore's challenges. The next president will pick up the next 2. Over time, in the aggregate, then you will get a better result. The how country are built. You can see in America, every president come with 1 or 2 agenda. Dwight Eisenhower, he the one build all the interstate highway in America, former military general. You ask any American kid born in the country, why can you remember Dwight Eisenhower and say about the interstate road network? County road, state road, interstate, all over America. One man, he did it. When people ask you, oh, why you remember or how they call it, guys say, or Franklin Roosevelt, social services, the safety net, the overtime, the social security, the Medicare, the food stamp. That's why he remember for social safety net. Every president come with 1 or 2 major agenda. That's it. You leave it, the other men come and pick it up. Over 25, 30 years, the country has made progress in so many different areas. You don't come here, you're running all over the place, some crazy cow, no long-term vision, no short-term implementation strategy. You don't have a clear picture as to what you want to achieve. You just all over the place, and you think by at the end of the year, people will call you successful. Keep wasting your time. Not going anywhere anyway.
That one of the problems, Labrador, the system, one of the things like we don't have no system. And maintenance is one of the problems that we have in our country. We are not good at maintenance and we lack system. These are some of the things. And I always say that, like you said, it is good that when you come, in as a president, at least hold something. 1 or 2 projects. You can be doing other things, but hold 1 or 2 projects that you will focus on your entire year, that when you leave tomorrow, people will remember you for that forever. So even when a next president comes now, they are not going to think about doing that again, because why? You have already completed that. And this is how the country developed. But if you want to you want to spread yourself all over, you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to do this, you are not going anywhere. At the end of the day, the people will say, oh, you fail us. Because why? You never came with a vision.
Mm-hmm.
You never came with no policy put in place to say, oh yes, when I go, this is what I will do. And that is what I said today. The arrest agenda, when you ask them, what are your agriculture policy?
Yeah.
They can't tell you nothing. What are your health policy? When it comes to education, all of these things. And this is why today they are getting this kind of grade. Because if you talk about arrest agenda, agriculture, rule of law, this and that, all kind of things, all of these things, there should be policy put in place and strategies. How are you going to implement them? You see? But today, when you ask them, what is the national development plan of your arrest agenda, or that you have as a government that you will use to drive your arrest agenda through, nothing this government, one day they are not yet outlined the national development plan of the country. Even their own arrest agenda, how are they going to implement it? 2 years now, nothing. When you ask them for health policy, they will not tell you nothing. You ask them for education, agriculture, rule of law that bring pride and dignity to a country, to have a 42-year-old man that spent the rest of his life in government, that cannot even uphold the rule of law of the country. You know what that is? That's troubling. And this is why you see he has traveled all around. Who will come to your country to invest when the rule of law is broken? Like all road project you told you give it to Sierra Leone, man. When you listen to John Mahama, when he was outlining what they are coming to do in Ghana, what did he say? He didn't say we are going to bring foreign company to build our roads. No, they are using Ghanaians. So if you people want to face the road to go all the way to Bowater South, all the way bombing that entire road, and to put a toll system there, which is good. Don't you think we have companies in Liberia that government can put the money in them, and they'll be monitored by the popular way to make sure you give them the drawing? Oh yes, you come for bidding and see which one of the company will be able to win the bid for them to carry on the project. Give the money to them. That is empowering Liberians. That's another job creation. But you took it, you give it to a Sierra Leone company. What sense does that make? And at the end of the day, you put to them to generate the money that you spend. Does that make any sense? I don't really know why they experience President Boyka Kingway. Because someone who have experience, this is how they behave. Instead of giving out contract to foreign people, Sierra Leone company, you can give it to a Liberian company. And when you pull a bid or when they win it, and they tell you they're able to do it, you can give it to 2 companies to carry on that project. You see, that is another job creation. Because if you give it to Liberia, man, everybody that going to work over there will be Liberians. But if you give it to Sierra Leone, they bring in that engineer, they bring in other people. Every day, our brothers and sisters are graduating from colleges. They are sitting. Some of them, they are engineers, no work. You go chemistry, they sit down, they discuss politics whole day. They go to a tire center. That's all they do. So if you give a contract to Liberian-based company and think that's another job creation, but I don't really know. All of our teams would believe in foreign company and then our own people in the country. And this is why I always follow John Mahama. I'm very proud of him.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I'm proud of him, the way in which that man he's transforming Ghana. I don't think the Ghanaians they will regret his re-election.
No.
He's doing exceptional. Yes, he's doing well in our country right now. You see, he's doing well.
His idea, his vision. That's what happened when you know what to do. You don't guess. You don't second guess.
He playing. Yes. But you come to power with no vision. I don't really know. So we get along.
The man, you know, when you're on the silent and you are real experienced and you get that executive mojo, that spirit of getting things done, you can just assess your opponent performance. Mahama came within a space of 1 year. The man made the cities one of the top performing currency against the US dollar in the whole world. The man cut inflation. Astronomical number. People believe that the guy is making miracles. I said no, because he been there before. He know area where the challenge lies, and he know the mistake of the previous government. So he didn't have to reinvent the wheel. He just calculated all the places that Akufo-Addo fell short.
Yes,
and he passed in the holes. That's what leadership is. One president cannot figure it out, but one president can make an impact wherein when the other guy coming, he know where to start from. That's what's happening. No country built overnight or 1 decade. No, they built over an extended period of time. People can say Singapore, yeah, but Singapore is almost 70 years they've been moving in the right direction. Even though that one man been there for the longest, or you can say he took most of the time. But at the end of the day, they keep moving from strength to strength. They keep improving. In the case of your country, you keep going backward. Every time you make 1 step in front, you take 2 steps backward. And you can own what they call incremental improvement. My brother, if I want to score 100 in the test, I don't need to, if I'm not good in that particular subject, I don't need to score 100 on 1 test. I can just keep improving gradually. Today I scored 30. Next week I won't score 40. The other week I won't make 50. Over time, I will get to 100. In the case of Liberia, every time you had an opportunity to make progress, you took your country backward. You keep bringing in people that will set the country backward. So you're not making progress. And how long have it been? We keep talking about the war. Come on now. How many years will we making excuse for the war? We're in 2025. Since 2003. You're telling me now from 1990 to now, all the years, and then one war will keep bringing the countries that fought even brutal war and other war was even longer than ours. They are still making progress. Why you cannot make progress? And the reason is simple. You don't know how to maintain momentum. You don't know who to put in leadership that will do great things for another man to come and pick up the slack. That's what happened in Ghana. Ghana came from rolling. They came to Kufo. From Kufo they go to Atta Milk. They never went back. They keep building one success after another. And over a long period of time, you didn't have a miracle. No, it didn't happen by miracle. It happened now over 20 to 30 years. That's how you make growth. You don't keep going backward. When you take one president from the country, another comedian who can't carry the country backward, and when another man get experience, you be doing it. Even I can give you 100 years, you will never make progress because it's not sustainable. You are not making progress. You are not sustaining the progress that you are making. You are not really making progress in the first one about sustaining the progress. Let him make with the 40 years. He gave up less than 1%. It means we can hire fast technical teacher to teach you that the mansion from now to 2029. If he can give you less than 1% in your first 2 years, even were to hire 10 study class teachers to teach him how to become president, he still will not give me 20% at the end of your administration.
So
And
now you are hiring study class teacher. Which one
yeah.
the one president you think will be you will hire as Joseph Boakai study class?
I will need, even if I bring Paul Kagame, I bring Ouattara, I bring Mahama to help him, because they may give him all less than 1% in 2 years now.
In 2 years.
Yeah, because the whole idea of study class teacher is to help cover up area where you have some weaknesses in. And when you're taking the test, when I say Ali is not a good student in mathematics, at least Ali will score between 50 to 60%. But they may give you all less than 1% better in the first 2 years. So it means you have to hire 10 study class teachers for him. He still won't give me 10% by the time your administration comes to an end. Because even if you double the result he giving me, because he gave me less than 1% after 2 years. So if he increase to 3% for the next 4 years, 3 times 2, that's 6. He will still give us 7% at the end of the presidency. That is with 10 study class teachers. So if we won't hire study class teacher for him, then maybe he might give us like 3% by the time his government comes to an end, because he less than 1% after 2 years. And he only left for 4 years to make it 6 years. Just to explain for the lay person after the owner saying, let me get you the study class analogy. That's why I'm talking about study class analogy. Because Ali, think of it. We're talking about 2 years, a 1/3 of 6 years. Right? That's 33% of the presidency already gone. And we are getting less than 1%. So even if he double by making it 2% per year, even if he triple it by making it 3% per year, 3% in the next 4 years will give us 6%. 6 plus 0.8. So he will give us less than 7% for the whole presidency.
So
that is assuming that if he triple what he's doing now, I said double, I said triple. If he make it 3 times more by giving, so I would just run it 0.8 to 1% to make it easy for people to calculate.
Which means it's a failure for the government. He says yes.
What you call failure? Failure are between 50 to 60. That's disaster. What you call failure? That's not what you call failure. Failure means you want to get a target and you didn't meet that target, but you still made some progress. That's what we call failure. Let's say I gave you a test. I expect 100% for you. You gave me 60, 65. That's a failing grade, a failure. But when you give me 1%, then that's a disaster. That's not failure.
Why do you think is the contributing factor for this kind of school? Why do you think?
I would say the lack of clarity, trying to do too much too soon, looking up to sycophancy. People just praising for doing nothing. People trying to focus on politics rather than governing. They are yet to transition from an opposition party to a ruling party, because there is a difference. You got to make that transition. You can promise all you want, but when you are the governing party, then you got to give result. One thing to make promises and people can set expectation for you. Okay, that one you are the opposition party, but when you assume the presidency, then people want result. You cannot make promises again. Your promises got to be fulfilled. So, and I always believe I say the president age is a major factor. The energy is not there.
Yes,
a tired mind, a tired body cannot carry great vision, because the job of a chief executive is to execute. Execution means like you got a full-time job. You wake up every day, you walking around, you making follow-up call, you making phone calls, you lobbying on behalf of the country, domestically, internationally. You got idea, you meeting with your ministers and your state-owned enterprises, managers. It's not an easy job. Bwaka cannot handle that job.
He's weak. Because even one time when Bwaka went to my home in Rossville, where Bao Chico is building or put there to be taking the iron ore, when I saw a real video of President Bwaka walking like you holding your child hand, you were children learning how to walk, I was there, no. This man, he's aging. Yes, he's very weak, man. Yes, but we pray that he carry our country for now to 2029, and at least let's see net to double, quadruple, and so we can get better result.
But even though we're back, our following, and to your last statement, Brother Ali, the people bring yellow machine, so maybe they will score maybe 99% mark. What is it?
The last time I checked, a lot of administration brought machines and bosses in our country. What became of them?
It's just the first time the yellow machine
mean nothing. We don't even do a good job when it comes to maintenance. You know, China already get cost on that product. In the first year.
Maintenance. We are not good at maintenance. We want the machine. Yeah, we need them, But the maintenance is one of the things. You know how many machines that these are all environmental hazard, and they pack it in some of those counties.
Oh yeah.
They just all over the place, creating hazard in the area because we are not good at maintenance. You see, and we want the machines, and we pray that this time around they should put a good maintenance policy in place to see how they can, because that thing that they are not even class A, they are not class B. Those machines should be like class C machines that they bring into the country. Okay, so lack of proper maintenance, we are going to see there again. But guys, I'm hitting the road now for work. It was nice being here. See you guys tomorrow.
All right, man. Ali, thanks for being here.
Okay.
Yeah, so thank you. So we talking about the machines. I think Mark, yesterday the front page Africa yesterday they have this video. Let me see quickly on these yellow machines. So let me have this video played so we can have our own say on these yellow machines.
Facing new questions over its decision to buy road construction equipment from China, despite a rating directive from President Joseph Boakai appearing to favor US-made Caterpillar machines. The Ministry of Public Works says Caterpillar equipment was considered but rejected because it exceeded the government's approved budget ceiling. Instead, Liberia procured 285 earth-moving machines from a Chinese-linked supplier, citing cost effectiveness and fiscal responsibility. But a letter from President Boakai tells a different story. In it, the president acknowledged Caterpillar's higher price, about $24 million US, but argued its durability and offered to train 1,000 Liberians justify the cost. He explicitly directed officials to proceed with Caterpillar to avoid delays and protect government credibility. Despite that instruction, the government moved ahead with Shantui equipment sourced through Evergreen Import and Export. Officials insist all procurement laws will follow, with the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission granting formal approval. As the first batch of machines prepares to arrive in Liberia, public debate continues, raising a key question: was President Boakai's preference ignored or overridden by budget realities? Gerald Koyene, front page.
Well, Mark, where we are with the entire machines, even though if you listen carefully, you will hear the guy talking about the first machines that were talked about was the Caterpillar. I don't know how come that they changed, but again, he said due to maybe the funding and so forth. So maybe, like for example, you have good equipment and you sell it 5,000 and I have some kind of equipment myself. I sell my own 1,005. I think you will choose between the price that suit you, and you will go and spend your money to where you think maybe you want to, maybe the little price that lower. But Mom, what say you they kind of news and they kind of thing that instead of you buying the maybe durable one, I think that will carry us for a longer time, you are now going to buy the other type of machines that may not carry us maybe for a longer time. But what say you?
You know, the one thing I don't understand about this whole yellow machine thing, they are making it to seem like if to say when you bring yellow machine to the country, the whole economy is going to turn around. That's why they want to make it to be like the Boakai presidency hinges on yellow machine, that the success or the failure of the administration it rests squarely on this yellow
Wonderful.
machine. I don't get it. First of all, you don't have a comprehensive strategy. When job creation is comprehensive, it's both long term and short term. There are a lot of things to do for job creation, whether it's about wooing investor, whether it's about bringing private investment to the country, people coming to make foreign direct investment in the country. There are so many things. Education, you got to invest in infrastructure, you got to do job training, you got to change some of your laws, especially tax law and regulatory laws. That's why you see Rwanda is booming. In Rwanda, you can get a business license within 24 hours. They make it easy to change some of that law just so people can be encouraged to go and make investment in that country. But they make it seem like they say when that yellow machine comes, there's something dramatically so happen in Liberia. That's why they make it seem like. And here's the thing: they are only looking for the cheapest machine available so they can steal the most. Don't forget, these were the same people that are teased off with the idea of $88 million for yellow machine, only to drop from 88 to 24 million. So the first intent was to steal from you. It's not about the quality of the machine. It's not about the vendor. They are looking where they can get the cheapest product from to make the most money because they will get kickbacks. That's why they attempted to rip the Liberian people over more than $80 million until there was a pushback for the entire public when someone all went deep in the yellow machine issue and people started pushing back before they changed. Remember, if you rather went to do a procurement and you are doing like a window shopping, we can call window shopping, testing around to so they can get it together, right? How do you come from a good that came from 88 million to 30 to 24 million? Does that make any sense about the difference?
No.
So it means the primary intent was to steal more than 50 million right off the bat. Can you imagine that? Now, if your own government want to rip you off to the tune of 50 million, do you think they have any interest in the quality of the machine that they will buy? No, they are only looking for the cheapest, cheap machine that they can bring to the country. But guess what? By the time that machine is there, they have already walked away with tens of millions of dollars. So I'm not going to argue about the yellow machine because I know the whole thing is just nothing but a charade. The machine will come, but there will be lower standard and quality about those machines.
Yes, and Mom, you were saying something about these machines. I don't know one of the rescue government ever campaigned about machines. And you're right, Mom, because they're making the entire country on the look like
one machine, like the whole Baka president depend on yellow machine. We've been having yellow machine like bro since I was a kid. When normal day, like for some of that left from Moreover and went to all part of the country, like I grew up I spent some years in Tolman, bro. Our picking when we're coming from the market area, well, when we walk into St. Dominic's, the Cali school, we have rural development. They have machines, they're parking everywhere in all the country that was great, no small roads that during the races we can still walk on. So the whole idea, I just say like, say 1847, you're the only person that brought yellow machine like bro. The last time I tell you we had yellow machine in every county. And the rural development was more operational than why it is now. They were empowered. They were given the resources to clean, to grade all the roads, those small roads in the budget to make people to be able to navigate freely. So I don't know what
there was information that in fact the Libyan government also gave machines, right?
Yeah. So like I said, it's not about the machine, it's all about your own vision because the only reason you want to focus on machine is to distract. That's all I see. Because nothing going to change if you don't have a sound policy to create jobs. If you don't have any idea how to bring investment to Labro, they can bring the whole Chinese factory that can bring yellow machine and pull in Labro. That's it, do nothing. That's just one aspect of a process. Because what the yellow machine, I don't say yellow machine never came to Labro before.
Even today, the Ministry of Information today, they go for press conference instead of them informing the Liberian people as to we're not entering here. Truly, what will happen? Something is happening. Even the issue of rape and so forth. No. That was not even important. But yellow machines.
Yeah.
How yellow machine will be coming from the 20th. It'll be arriving somewhere around in March. I don't even know. Like
if yellow machine is the new standard, don't mind where me tell me the president because the last time he got yellow machine doing project. So can get the presidency because engage the thing like what I'm saying, they have no idea but to distract and to flood the zone because it can't make any sense to you. We've been having yellow machines in that country. Yellow machines haven't changed our economy. How many years now? 178 years. Yes, that's what I'm keep saying. Yellow machine is just one piece of the puzzle. You need a comprehensive strategy for a job and turn the economy around. Because if you're only thinking that when the yellow machine comes somehow, Labrador will be transformed, then it means you are living in dreamland. Because the last time I checked, I saw my ability, I think he has started more than 10 machines in that country from Bon County to Nima County to whatsoever. So if that's the case, I'll get me president. So now all we need in Labrador, yellow machine. Then get me the chairman president tomorrow.
And even to that more, what are some of the strategies that we're even putting in place, even
for the yellow machine?
Because if you don't put strategy in place, instead of you now saving, you will be spending more money. Because the issue of maintenance, one of our major problems in this country is maintenance. And I foresee some of the machines, certain places, people take one of our smartphones. You see people taking photos. Bon County, for example, you will see photos. And at the end of the day, it will embarrass you as government. Because,
I'm not cutting you off here. Let me just give you one instance. You're making things too difficult for the average listener out there. The Libyan government invested $30 million 4-year rest project. We never only implemented the program, we even sold the machine to neighboring Guinea. $30 million. If you cannot get result from all that, you telling me that the yellow machine that Baga will bring the Labrador, will change Labrador? Common sense. The Libyan project, or rice project, even though we import more than $200 million worth of rice in Labrador, we are behind when it comes to agriculture in terms of food, or food sufficiency. Or another country took a project where they will build, or like I say, processing plant, giving the machine, tilling the land, fertilizing the land, or entire strategy that never worked. And you think that when some machine comes to Labrador, all of a sudden things going to change? Cool up to you. I stop there, brother. If we can open the line early, then expect that.
Yeah, indeed. Myself, I think that's the only hope for this government. So Nemo can come up with all of the result. They can come up with any kind of result they have. But I think this government, the entire hope is yellow machine. So they will do everything to talk about yellow machine every time we go for press conference. You will always hear about yellow machines every day of our life. But again, we hope and pray that be alive and see exactly what's going to happen, and the yellow machine will come. But at the end of the day, like, we talk about one of the machines are even durable like another thing, because if you don't have spare parts, if you don't have that kind of mechanism to maintain the machines, then at the end of the day, you'll be wasting your own money. But let's go to the last.
Let me ask you one question before you go to the land. Are you interested in the durability of the machine, or you are looking at the impact of the machine we create when it comes to job and food security and infrastructure? Which one you think is most important? The strategy behind the machine or the durability of the machine?
I think both more, but on a very serious note, Monse even asking that question, I think politics is more into this machine business than doing the real issues, or maybe they're even thinking about developing Liberia, because it's like, okay, suddenly people talking about something, maybe they want to make the country, or maybe they want to bring about issues to our government. Let's talk about yellow machine. Seriously, no.
Let hear from our people. Don't
hear from our people, because hello, today's caller, Charles Cooper. Charlie, good evening.
Good evening, Mabon. Yeah, Mabon, let me say good evening to Mom. You see, Mabon, this government is sinking or failing so fast. So she is trying to hold on to this long-lasting yellow machine story that can't end. Every time yellow machine, we just been hearing this story now. I don't know how many months now, Mabon. Every time yellow machine, and Mabon, like I have said, United Party strength is propaganda. But you know, some of us, we have discovered that political chicanery. Everything United Party will run with it with propaganda to cajole the master of the land. The mom said, we have our yellow machine in this country. Have we been able to even maintain those ones that we're having here, maybe? Let's look at the issue of maintenance. Liberia, we are not good at maintaining anything in this country, maybe. Look at our street lights. We replace street lights, even go 3 cents more damage. So to bring a yellow machine is not a bad idea. But then for our age, maybe this time and age, we even be celebrating yellow machine now. Maybe for our age, 108 years, these are things that should be long beyond us. But maybe when we bring yellow machine, the country can be like all of our developmental problems are now solved. What kind of problem is there, maybe? Everything, when you buy one bus, government may use over one bus. When you buy one yellow machine, private selling only machines around, they get rid of publicity the way the government make publicity. So maybe like today, we went to the Capitol building there, we even petition them today. So it's here, we have talked for a long, maybe. We'll not just be talking, we need to take action, maybe. More than 20 years after the war, we just talking, the guy can say, you'll be talking, we'll be eating.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they can say. They can say we should be talking, we will be eating. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Charles Cooper. Keep your calls coming 0770-203-125. That's the number to call today's caller. Good evening.
Hello, Hello.
Hello.
That's talking yellow machine. As Mo said, before we have non-counties, and non-county we have problem where in all those countries where yellow machines to create the bigger rules. So forget the estimate to 12 countries. So yellow machine for the picking and what they coming off. They don't need to wait to the politicians doing yellow machine. I don't know where they was. Because yellow machine, they're not to get things that were our yellow machine. Our yellow machine, our engineers, but there were no one maintenance. The yellow machine for the other people that want to know about yellow machine. We are talking about the economy. We are talking about job creation. We are talking about changing the narrative. Look at our Africa, they talk about metro. From now to 2030, it became metro from the mini cities to the mini town. Then you talk about yellow machine, you pay the 2 overhead bridges, you publishing it. Go up the chain. You see overhead bridge. Some of the people, they do get tackling the people in the country because they know the people, they are many fools. Thank you.
All right. So this caller, good evening.
Good evening, good evening to your panel. Yeah, even though yes, the yellow machine is very important for us. But right now, it is not a priority of us, labor. Of course, human beings were just Peter and be asking a fellow human being for help. They person said you were going to provide job. Company were going to come, they make a contract, company were going to come. Where is the company now so that people can be doing something? It is not easy.
Thank you. You're wait for the yellow machine when the machine comes, maybe things will change. Today's caller, good evening.
How are you?
I'm okay. Thank God for life, my brother. Go ahead.
Happy New Year. This is Samson Mara. I'm calling from the Havel area.
Yeah, thank you, Samson. We wish you the same.
Well, I shouldn't be cut off, but let me express like the other people who went long. Sometimes it may be in your favor and not. What I'm trying to say to the issue about yellow machine, why it being amplified by the government that way is because of we still have rent people. All right. Somebody said yellow machines will be behind us. Since checks going away free for us, Since okay, the other says So why then yellow machine was not in our other says so it can be behind us?
The previous government said they brought in 45 yellow machines, according to them.
So where are they? Anything they bring the country for, anything they do here, and the government do here, we always see it. So all of the time, what we should be doing right now is to listing well. The people said they bring in almost 444 container with spare parts and almost I think 16 Chinese people coming to stay here for 2 years for the repairs and training to train people, Liberian people, not abroad. So the yellow machine is for us. It's not coming on another planet or in another country. It's coming to Liberia. So what is the issue? So it means
so the issue is maintenance now. You must hello. We always saying the same thing. So the issue is maintenance. That's the maintenance aspect of our lives. Liberians, we don't easily maintain things, even the street lights. My brother, you are not strangers, and we don't want you maybe to think other way, but you know that when it comes to maintenance, we are very poor and weak when it comes to maintenance.
That is what the government said. 440 foot continue.
My brother, government been saying nothing. Government been saying this thing, my brother.
No, not just saying it. They usually made them to buy a yellow machine, but now the spare part will not bring. So they bring the spare part, no watch and see.
So how about the street lights? So how about the
we want to let man go with watch and see. We've been watching the part 2 of year number 3. Where are you arguing for?
Hello, to this caller, good evening.
When we are developing minister was out for the country, we talk about spare parts. They will sell our spare parts. Even the government came out to say that this government instead of doing they told all of the buying yellow machine, that is no. It's a people of behavior. Some people inside the road you didn't have there, the road you ride on today, it's just that you were wasted. Hey, my brother, you bring the country for 19.6 up to this time. Just set your time with the balance. You have this room, just be stressed for Georgia to round here, round and I want to stop it today because we can see the two one of black.
Thank you, my dear brother. Today's caller, good evening. David King. David, good evening, brother.
Good evening, my brother. You know, before, this is why somebody got that one on the raw tree. They can't leave from there. And they are on the raw tree carrying on the old days of slavery in modern day. You said that he can't lie. The government said they bring 240 liters for dinner with spare part. Not so. That's the first lie I want to correct here. And aside from that,
David King? Well, David King, will not get to you though. I don't know what happened to your line. All right. So let's move to the other caller. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, my brother, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm still calling from Cross Street.
Mm.
Yeah, one of the problems I see with Labrador is that, well, what we really want in the country, you bring them to the good. You bring positive, that one good. So far, very well. So because in the town down, no, you don't need to. You know, we're figuring where it's around. I want to tell.
Nobody's saying that yellow machine not good. I don't know where you get that statement from. Nobody's saying that yellow machine is not
Another
good.
rescue
So,
special.
so yeah, so please let me correct. Hello, 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 hello.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
So first of all, take it back. Nobody said that yellow machine is not good. Yes, but is he lying?
Yeah.
Hello, so is he lying? My man, let's get the conversation straightened out. Is he lying?
Whoa. It's true.
No, another issue whether you know what yellow machine been working. You know that you know what yellow machine been working, but it's a job of maintenance.
I think how it transformed like bro economically and creating jobs.
Yeah, we're listening to you. So let me ask you the question. So let me ask you this question. Say you're bringing him 200 plus yellow machine. Why are you giving a contract to other people outside of Liberia? Amen. You're bringing him yellow machines to build, right? Then why you giving contract or to other people to build a road? Amen. So Ghana people do the about 200 plus machines. No, I'm asking whether they bought it for the government to work on it. I'm asking. I know Ghana get more than that. Okay. All right. Thank you. To David King, David, my brother, go ahead.
Yeah. You know, Mibon, let us stop doing these things ourselves. Yesterday, Ruth Collins, Joseph Tor, and Emo Barkley, their administrations, they were able to bring in to secure 49 FMOE equipment and several trucks. Most of those trucks were taken to the southeast. Today, the southeast roads that they're boasting about. These were the machines. Those machines were there in 2023 when I went in the southeast to go run campaign. And even before reaching Gilbo Kawakan, the road was deep. They detour the road because the other side was so bad. So I see machines were working, so we want to bless Emo Barkley, the assistant minister for technical services, there with a team from public work, and they're opening the road. So for these people to say, yesterday put in bring machine, people brought machine. You were a genie, appear on OKF and later to that. So when these guys come, they want to talk like you did not campaign about yellow machine. That was not what you campaigned for. So then Nemo is telling us all of your 378 promises, campaign promises that you give the Liberian people, you score 8.0%. 0.8% rather. So where are you coming from with this thing here? Where are you coming from? You are already still in the first 2 years, you are not even able to score 1%. Now you're telling us that says the other things will be okay, and we year 3. You will not do anything. You can bring all of the yellow machine, whether from America, whether from Brazil, whether from wherever. You cannot do anything.
All right. Thank you, David King. Let me take this caller. Then we go straight to the WhatsApp line to take more calls from there. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Machine or the job of facing you did not rule with it. So I get a machine you want when they bad president tell you to the mirror that now the press have added to go to 30 and say that I get a machine who is like only job in this country.
Wow. All right, thank you. Yes, let me see quickly the WhatsApp line. Brother AB also is on the WhatsApp line here, trying to get through. So let me see quickly, please. Let me go straight to the WhatsApp line and take the one or two call quickly from the WhatsApp line. Then we move. In fact, we'll come back. And yes, brother AB, good evening. And
good afternoon, man.
yes, my brother, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me say good afternoon, Mom. How's it going, man? Great topic, man. Fascinating. You know, people, this is Abraham calling from New Jersey. The caller brigade for the United Party, they will always call in to distract people. First thing, you notice that even the topic under this discussion, the 9 thing, they're not even talking about it. What they want you to talk about what they want you to discuss, and that's the yellow machine issue. But even as that, Mom stated it rightly. During my days when I was in school in Kakata, public work and rural development were decentralized in the entire country. Every city had a yellow machine, paving all these farm to market road around the place, brushing along the roads. And yes, even the BWI, all the KRTTI in Kakata, all of them have machines that were producing their own food for those institutions. And yesterday, the country is what it is today. You have a 45-kilometer road from EIW Junction to Rawafi Road. This government has taken 2 years, going to year 3. Something that the previous government did all the way, and they can't even finish that. But they're telling you today that they're bringing 200 yellow machines. $10 million was spent from the living government. They couldn't show you one bag of red from Lofa County. The entire mission was concentrated in Lofa County. They couldn't show you one bag of red from Lofa County. But those machines got sold. But because they want you to talk about something, just imagine a bear coming on the show telling you, Mayborn, that where are the machines? The machines are the ones that you use in the southeastern region and even in Lofa County. This government have not imported any machine in that country other than the machine that they made there from the previous government and they're using it.
Yeah, you are right. You are right 100%. All of the machines that the Ministry of Public Works using right now.
NIMO have done all of the analysis in that country and they are giving you the same. You have done nothing in 2 years. On the average, you're not going to achieve anything. So they're just trying to divert people's attention here. You guys are doing a great job. We got to highlight those things, man. All
right. Thank you so much, brother. Let's take a few calls back home. Those of you who maybe try calling in, you can place in your calls on 0770-203-125. That's the number for you to call this evening and be part of the SKTV show. Hello to this caller. Good evening. Yes, my brother. Go ahead. By the time the machines come, my brother, you will get a job. Don't worry. Job will waste. Yeah, so don't How you know? You go to some of the trade school. Those of you who want to be part of the entire machine issues or maybe heavy duty and so forth, you go to. Thank God. All right, my brother. All right, thank you. To this caller, good evening. Still off the line. Keep your calls coming. We'll take a few more calls, then we'll cross over to our team to find our way, or maybe to close us so that we all can go home for the day and come back on tomorrow by the grace of God. Hello, to this caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, neighbor. Good evening.
Yes, my brother, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Steven Moore Johnson. Calling from around Bowman Bridge. Neighbor.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to agree with you guys that yellow machine for now is not important for the masses. But indeed, I want you to understand two radio seasons now. The people from the southeast, especially from the Sulu West, to Roachi, team president never go up. Send 30. Send man, I said, with all the support, will only support. Radio season, Nigeria will get cut off. But under the government, with all the machines, with the late effort they apply.
So where are machine coming from? Where are the machine coming from? The machine that they are using?
The machine they use, this is why I agree with that. The previous government left few machines. We need to appreciate the previous government and contractor company. But the fact remains, we should appreciate this government. In a sense, especially that you now. I understand that you from the south.
No, let's go to the issue. Forget about that one, my brother. Go, yeah.
But today, they're going to raise Nigeria, even the men who own the country.
But the racism is still on. I think the racism is definitely finished.
Yeah, what you trying to say?
I said the racism is still on. I think it even finished.
Yeah, racism, no more racism now. Yeah, because this on-country thing, we understand that. I didn't listen to the EPA director. We have problem with concerning that, but what we're trying to say here is that let's appreciate what we see and what we saw. Don't matter, I got it like
Hello. Don't go that way. Well, first of all, what we are saying here is about maintenance. We're talking about maintenance. We're talking about our behavior, how we misuse things. So don't talk about don't mind people. What are you saying?
So
all right, see you. Wow, this caller will be our last caller. Then we'll go home. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, neighbor.
Yes, my dear. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So my name is Martin Simetoba, and I join you from Phoenix this evening. Let me say thanks for giving me the opportunity and doing it in the show. I want to say thanks to everybody who gave me their great advice that indeed the yellow machine when it comes to maintenance. And I think the government is listening to your show, or government officials are listening to your show. They will take you or what people think. I don't think it's in bad faith, it's in good faith. And once we were there, one thing is that when the other machine can will provide job opportunity for many Liberians who are at school in the trade area, they have a duty driving and have a duty mechanic. They will learn to, and some Liberians will be trained to operate and to also work on the machine whenever it comes to maintenance purpose. So I think the government officials are listening and they will take you of the zero advice people giving. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear brother. Nobody against, nobody, because most of you, by the time people want to be critical, you're thinking that maybe that people are against. They'll have the kind of more, I don't know what kind of mindset. But again, Mark, my brother, you listen. I don't want us to,
That's the problem we're facing in the country. Nobody said yellow machine were bad. We're just saying where is the overall strategy for the yellow machine, because the government make it the same as if to say the failure or the success of Joseph Newman Boaga government rests squarely on the yellow machine. And we've been having yellow machines in Liberia since I was born. So I just cannot tell wherein the yellow machine had a major economic impact. And when talking about jobs, we are not only talking about people who operate the machine. We are talking about industry. How many people? If the government bring 200 machines, we have 5-point-something million people in Liberia. When we talk about real job creation, even if the government will hire 2 citizens per machine, isn't that only 400 jobs? Can 400 jobs cover a whole country? Apart from the maintenance. Now they're telling you that they're bringing spare part and to train Liberian for 2 years. By the time they finish training to even operate the machine, they do that back whole presidency ain't even over.
But the whole machine they finish.
The one thing I don't understand about that. Go ahead.
Thank you for even bringing that up. Go ahead.
Yeah. The thing I don't understand. If United Party believe that this whole administration success hinges on the yellow machine, they will have brought that machine to the country the first 100 days to start working to see the result in the first 2 years. Why you think we are going to year 3 and the machine not even in the country. So it tells you that this machine is more of a reactionary thing than a strategy, because a government that believes that machine is cutting up to the overall vision and strategy for the country. It will have been the country in the first 100 days. They were going to prioritize it, but we are going to year 3. You ain't even see the machine yet, and you want to come and attack people on Sktv.
And they are saying that about this money 20. And that's the thing, Mark. You're even right. Liberia, they just quit to insult people for no reason. Like that we are even against. No. But even your own government said, in fact, the 20th of this month, they will put the machines on the ship. They will be coming, they will reach by March. So the month said, they not all, some machines or few of the machines will be coming in March. So when you want reach, then another month again will pass before another one comes. So you got to take your own time and you got to be rational. Sometimes when politicians say things, what we are saying, nobody saying, government shouldn't buy 1 million machines. It's up to the government. The government let them buy 1 million machines. It's up to them. But how are you going to maintain the machines?
Maybe not only the maintenance. Why is the strategy behind the machine? Why are we trying to accomplish with the machine? Is that farm to market road? Is that feeder road project? Is how that yellow machine going to transform the economy?
That's another question.
That's what the maintenance is a way of life. The maintenance by is just a cultural aspect of our life. We don't maintain things. I'm not talking about that. I am just saying the way how they are selling the yellow machine. I want someone to explain how the yellow machine going to create job for you and impact the economy.
Whether yellow machine build the RI road, for example, or maybe with the contractors be renting from maybe from our government, how this is going to work? More, you're right. And these are things that when you maybe that, for example, some of you from Maryland County, maybe they gave your own. They gave you the, I don't know, they say how many pieces. They gave your machines. And maybe maybe all your road on our end, maybe everything paved. You're not going to know again to go be maintaining it, or maybe to be facing here and there. How you manage? So that means the machine should be parking? No?
No. You know, let me give typical example. In Ghana recently, they came out with the idea that there should be one factory in every congressional district throughout the entire country. Now, ask yourself, how many electoral districts are there in their country? If you create even 200 jobs per factory, that's what we call creating jobs. Then we heard that they got some kind of a big kind of a loan to the tune of billions of dollars to empower farmers. Isn't that what we call strategy? Isn't that what we call job creation? But for you, you think that when they bring yellow machine, then all of a sudden, the most challenging issue in the country about job creation and investment is going to change for you. Just come on the platform. I want you to tell me how Joseph Boakai yellow machine going to change your life and the economy. Machine is not a bad thing. Yeah, we can make feeder road. You can create farm to market road. I just want to know the economic impact, because they acting like when the machine hit Liberia, then somehow our whole economy will be transformed. And that will be the measure by which Joseph Boakai is going to measure, or determine whether his government was a failure or
because most of the major roads already moving, people going about no more. So I don't know yet as to which one anyway.
Yeah.
Let all of us that wait and see the kind of strategy maybe that they will put in place more. But you're right. I think these are observations the government and also the policy maker that they have to be looking at, or maybe they have to look at, because if they don't do, that means all of their effort will let them go that kind of way. But more, we got to go, my brother. Thank you.
We have to. Another day.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the time, and good night to all of our people. We see you on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God. Good night, people. We see. Yes, yellow machine will be in country anytime March by the grace of God. Then we'll see how best to put ourselves together and see as to whether we will build our own roads, or maybe we will still be hire contractors to come and build our roads. Maybe then we'll give them the machines, or maybe we also rent out the machine to them. We don't know yet how this thing will be like. But good night to all of you, our people. We love you all. But God love all of you the best. Love Liberia, think Liberia, and build Liberia.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who waiting to serve. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The project is giving us here the premise of them. So welcome and live with African.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clever is who I can ask you to be say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And you say no money, emu aye yo. And you love emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle rather lofa and grandbaza.
And I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money. And I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money. And I forget it now, ya to money. That's the TV. And I forget it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah. Oh, oh, oh.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle rather lopa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. For the top people who waiting to sell. The session that time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Monserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.